Well, should your kids have cell phones in school? Some lawmakers say no. The Senate passed a bill mandating every school district have its own cell phone policy. They can be different in each school district, but the goal is to limit phones during instructional time. Our Evan Lasik spoke with an educator about what this means for schools.
A bill that mandates a cell phone policy across all Tennessee schools, now awaiting a signature from Governor Bill Lee.
There was nothing that prohibited a district from banning cell phones anyway, but this way you're removing the responsibility and being able to blame the state, say, well, the state mandated we do this. No, actually, the state said you had to have a policy.
This policy would differ between schools, but would make sure that cell phones are not used during class time.
When the students are in the classroom, there can be, again, the local LEA can make exceptions as to how they want to, what policy they want to follow, but while instruction is going on, then this would not be allowed.
Oak Ridge schools introduced their cell phone policy this year. They have set guidelines for how the phones should be used, and in year one, they say that policy has been working.
What our policy is, they can use them in the hallway in between classes. They can use them at lunch. They can use them at dismissal, anytime that they're not in class, but during class, we don't allow them to use them.
One of the biggest concerns with this bill is what to do in case of an emergency.
It's not going to have big damaging effect. You're not telling them they can't carry it yet, that they have their phones with them. I think parents were concerned that the child may not have a cell phone should the emergency arise.
Principal Drayton Hawkins says at the beginning of class, phones are put into little baggies. He says those phones are still accessible in case of an emergency.
We're not going to prohibit a kid from being able to get their phones in case of an emergency. But with that being said, we're not going to go out of our way to give them an opportunity to get it. You know, if it's a way that they can grab it while we're trying to secure, our room or whatever, then, that's fine.
We reached out to the governor's office. They say Governor Lee has 10 days to sign the bill after it hits his desk.